Hi, this is Nathan Lehman at the Ultra Running Company, and thank you for joining us for another shoe review. A little background on today's shoe review. For those of you that have tuned in before, perhaps you've seen our review on the Altra Escalante Racer. It's a fantastic road running shoe, very lightweight, minimal cushion, zero drop on it. And we've really enjoyed running in this shoe for our speed work, for our shorter runs, for basically our daily outings. And so we asked ourselves, what could we do if we had a lightweight shoe like this, but for the trails? To the best of our knowledge, there wasn't anything that lightweight, yet still providing a good amount of protection. And so we started to play. We went into kind of Mad Hatter mode and got together with our friends at Vibram. We cut off the sole of the Altra Escalante Racer and replaced it with Vibram's Mega Grip sole. So what we have here is the world's first and I believe only off-road Escalante Racer. This light base Vibram sole with Mega Grip is fantastic. We were at a meeting with the founder of Altra and pointed out to him that the folks at Vibram had been nice enough to do this for us. And he got really excited about it. And then he said, and you know what? We're doing exactly the same thing at Altra. So that got us excited. We've had a great time running around in our Escalante Racer, but we were looking for something a little bit more off the shelf, which brings us to today's review, the Altra Superior 4. The Altra Superior 4 is a natural drop, minimally cushioned trail running shoe. And so we think it's a pretty interesting option. We love that it meets the parameters that we set forth with our Escalante Racer Trail. And so let's kind of dig in and see what we've got. The Ultra Running Company, we always try and look at shoes about the same way and give some feedback on them. So as I mentioned, the Altra Superior is a minimally cushioned shoe. This particular shoe has 21 millimeters of cushion, both in the forefoot and in the heel, which means that it is also a natural drop shoe. It doesn't have any additional heel cushion, allowing your toes to feel the same amount of cushion as your heels. It is also a trail running shoe, which you can see by the aggressive tread on the bottom. So let's break that down. First of all, since we were so excited about our Escalante Racer, and we wanted to compare it to this, if you've run in the Escalante Racer, you know that they've actually taken out a small layer of cushion right in between the cushion rubber and your foot, which actually makes it a bit firmer ride. One of the nice things about the Superior is it really keeps that soft, pillowy ride that people have been used to in the Superior in the past. So we get really excited about that because you can put this shoe on, you can feel the ground, and you can still not get your foot super beat up in the shoe. There was a huge amount of concern at both Altra and in the general community as they went from the 3.5 to the 4.0, because this is really, if we're honest about it, probably the first major upgrade in the Superior since the 2.0. The 2.5, the 3.0, they were all about the same shoe. They had some slight tweaks on them, but going from the 2.5 to the 3.0 was probably the least consequential upgrade in the 0.0 naming strategy in Altra's history. They had a good thing, they had great feedback on it, and so they didn't want to change it. So when they came out with the Superior 4, they decided to make some pretty significant changes, and one of the things that they did not change was the fantastic feel under your foot. So if you're used to running in any of the prior 2.0, 3.0 and on Superiors, what you'll find is that there's you're going to feel very comfortable in this shoe. It's very consistent with the landings that you had before. What that also means is that the Superior comes with a stone guard, and they've really upgraded the stone guard in as much as it used to look like this, which is very flat and has some bumps on it, and now they've actually imprinted the shape of your foot on it. And I point that out because that's purely a marketing thing. It makes no difference in the stone guard at all. But what the stone guard does is it takes that minimally cushioned shoe, adds a layer of protection, and makes it so that you can be comfortable running on much more technical terrain than you'd be able to with when you don't have it. We recommend the Stone Guard anytime you're working on a trail that has roots, rocks, anytime you're running a little further where your foot might get fatigued. This is going to provide just that extra amount of protection that, that makes you be able to run a little further, maybe risk a little bit less injury, certainly less acute shock from a rock or a root coming up into your foot. So as we move from the cushion down to the tread, we have a very consistent tread design with prior versions of the Superior. Again, I'd go so far as to say that if you are used to the prior Superiors and you jump into this, you're going to feel exactly the same underneath. They've got some, they've actually added a proprietary rubber to this. They call it Max Track. In their most durable shoes, they're going to offer the Vibram Mega Grip that I mentioned in our Escalante Racer. But in this shoe, they're going to have their proprietary version, which means it's slightly less durable, but still a very nice carbon rubber. Very durable. Any place that you see these little gaps, you're going to have a lighter cushion, and that's where the Stone Guard comes into place. No stones are going to shoot through that Max Track rubber. The dramatic differences in the Superior versus previous generations are really in the design of the upper. So it's been wholly reimagined. While there are some interior changes to the cushion, the upper is completely new. The most major differences are that they've gone from a traditional tongue and locked in upper to what we call a burrito tongue, where it's connected on one side and it folds over. What I want to do is kind of go back to the entire passion for this shoe within Altra was to make the lightest weight trail shoe they possibly could. So actually putting in that burrito tongue takes out one layer of upper material and allows you to create a slightly lighter shoe. What it also does is it changes the lacing pattern. So you'll see here when you have a burrito tongue, basically what you're doing is you're pulling the whole tongue over towards this more traditional side. The exterior of the shoe has what you'd expect of a lacing system, looking very similar. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 for a lace lock. On the interior side, basically what you have is little loops coming out. There's still 4 of them, and then they've inserted another one for a lace lock. The reason I point that out is many of us here at the Ultra Running Company will use the runner's loop on our shoes. It's a little bit tougher to do that with a burrito tongue system. It just doesn't pull you in quite the way that the traditional lacing pattern does. With that said, the Superior has a very nice cuff around the heel and over your instep, and we don't find any movement as you're running down the trails on it. As always, very nice wide foot-shaped toe box. The Superior has always had a narrower heel. It keeps that. It's more of an athletic fit. If you have a wider foot overall, if you generally wear wides, the Superior is probably not going to be the shoe for you. It has a traditional width through the heel all the way through your arch area, and then when it spreads out, the major difference is it has this rounded end instead of the tapered end that is on most shoes. So that's really an Altra feature. They have it on all their shoes, and this one is no different. So the one killer app on this Superior is the weight of the shoe. What we were shooting for with the Escalante was to make it as light as humanly possible. So we took their racer shoe, put on some, and we came up with a 9.6 ounce shoe. Altra's basically done that with production. In the men's size 9, they're at 7.9 ounces. Women's size, I believe 7, they're at 6.6 ounces. But in a men's size 13, which is what I wear, they're right at 10 ounces. So I measured this shoe at 9.6, kind of the Mad Creation shoe, the Frankenstein shoe. This off-the-shelf production shoe at 10 ounces is a fantastic result. So really one of the lighter trail shoes you can find. Even with the Stone Guard in it, you're at 10.9 ounces. When you have a size 13 foot, anything in that 10.5 ounce range is exceptionally light. So especially on the trail side, we don't see many shoes under 11 ounces on the trail side. So kudos to Altra for making a lightweight shoe. Definitely worth your time to see if this, to try on this shoe in store to make sure that it's the right fit for you. It's a lightweight shoe, very durable shoe, especially on the bottom. and it's a great deal at about $110. So if you want to give this a shot, you can check it out on our website. You can go visit your local running store and see how it fits your foot. Thank you very much for watching. Please let us know if you have any questions about the shoe, and we look forward to talking with you all again.